Hey there, it's Nolan Walker with Roofing Webmasters. Today we're going to talk about roofing SEO content in 2021. We're getting here to the end of the year in 2020, and I get a lot of, content's still important, but I want to explain what I mean. And part of this title could even be Roofing SEO Content in 2021, No More Content. And I'm going to explain what I mean real quick. So someone called me today and said, hey Nolan, we want to get content written and blogging. And guys, we don't piecemeal out that sort of stuff anyways, but we do a lot of stuff together to help somebody get found. But when somebody calls in and they're saying, I want blogging, I want content, the real hidden deal there is, I want blogging and content so that I can get found on Google, or I want blogging and content so that Google likes me better and my keywords will show up in ranking. That's really what she meant to say. What she should have said is that, Nolan, what's working the best right this second? What are you all going to do for me? I'd like to listen for 3 or 4 minutes and hear what you're going to do. And then we go over it, and as time changes, we change. So let's talk about the content and why I would even say no more content. So first, just to be clear, base content for an item is critical. Google on your Google My Business account for mapping purposes is only going to pretty much guess that you're a roofer, roof repair, roof replacement. They don't guess that you do TPO roofing. They don't guess that you do thermal imaging or stuff like this. So if you're doing acrylic roof coatings and you don't have a page of content for it, you're not going to show up for it. Tile roofing in Florida, standing seam metal. If you don't have these pages written for primary services, they don't know that you do it. So is content still important? Yes, but tons of extraneous BS content is over. And it's over because the algorithm is looking at other types of signaling. So I'm going to explain this really detailed here. And so it's over because Google actually came out and basically said something along the lines of, we need some content, but please don't give us garbage junk. And let's describe garbage junk. And I'm going to talk about a blog because it's my belief that almost all blogging for almost all local businesses is garbage nonsense. And I'm talking like 99% of the stuff written. So if you're some high-end technical deal, or you're talking about maybe vintage pianos or some sort of pharmaceutical drugs or something like that, you probably can get into an in-depth blog that has value, okay, that somebody would want to read. But if somebody's doing this for roofing, and most of the time these blogs they're the best darn roofer in Dallas, Texas, or if you're looking for TPO commercial roof repair, then give us a call. And that's the gist of it. Or somebody regurgitates a little bit of wiki article or some other information they found about TPO or found about tile roofing. Or tile roofing beautifies your home and provides protection. And that's the gist of the article or their blog. And it's nonsense. So if somebody comes to your website looking for tile roofing, they need to see a tile roofing page. That is critical. It needs to have good code base. It needs to be more than 50 words. So don't misunderstand that I'm not saying that you can put up a bullet point for tile roofing or 150 words and expect them to show it. It still needs to have that page. Is the page maybe slightly contrived at this point? Yeah, it is a little bit. The algorithm hasn't gotten past that at this point. That is needed not only for your page content to show up, but it's needed for your map to show up in many, many cases. And many times the map doesn't show up at all. And if you're looking for something that's obscure like acrylic roof restoration, the maps won't show up anyway. And so that page of content's the only thing that has the ability to show up. But the algorithm does not want you to go do more nonsense stuff around that necessarily. You could do positive stuff around it, great content around it. Let's say that you only did foam roofing. You might have some other stuff about foam roofing. if you're a commercial guy, you can run the gamut from thermal imaging to commercial roof inspection to TPO and EPDM and PVC and, all your acrylic, silicone, polyurea, elastomeric, and get into all these things. And that's all valuable. So not saying it's not valuable. You need that. You just don't need extraneous bull crud after that, because Google has to pay a fraction of pennies every time you pull up garbage content. And they need the content for their algorithm to work. They need something to show, and they need something to show the Google user that typed in tile roof replacement, Orlando, Florida, or hail damage roof repair, Plano, Texas. Okay, so they still need that, but now the algorithm's going to start looking at things like digital branded signaling. Beyond this, what else makes that company worthy to show up? What else makes it worthy to show up? And so that's going to be things like check-ins. If you haven't seen this yet, go to brandreview.com. Review is spelled R-E-V-U, B-R-A-N-D-R-E-V-U. I'm going to try to wrap this up pretty quickly because I said I was going to go fast. So you've got your base content. You have quality work done like roofing Webmasters. You have the ability to show up. You didn't put up a trash template with no content, sparse content, copied content. You've got great content for your services, integrated well, proper code base, well-written, unique content. Good job. And you've got some city pages up around you. Now, you're going to get branded signaling with reviews. Reviews are going to come in through the Google account, but every time you do a bid or a job, you're going to do what's called a check-in. You're going to go open Brand Review up, take a photo of the job, ask the client for a review before you leave. They say, thanks for letting us come out. We so appreciate it. They go, this was great. You did it in one day. We love it. Got it to pay for their insurance. Thanks so much, Nolan. If you really want to thank me, please go under and search our name on Google, pull up. We'd love to get a review. Okay. Very few people do that. You get to your car before you leave, truck, van, and you tag the photo and you say, just did a architectural shingle roof repair or hail damage roof replacement in Plano, Texas, or wherever you are, doesn't matter. And you tag the photo, you wrote a caption. Caption can get technical, wind damage or certainteed or Owens Corning, whatever it is, you write it down. You tag it. And then you put in the client's cell phone number and you hit check-in. It's going to grab the geo coordinates within 2 blocks of where your phone is, going to put a little red pin drop on the hail damage roof repair page or the roof insurance claims page. Let's do that one, help, and Plano, Texas. And now those 2 pages that are inside your website have now been validated with you digitally raising your hand with something called Schema Check-in, which Google recognizes as you saying, hey, I was over here. I was here, as evidenced by this check-in code. You see a red pin drop on your website, they see the Schema Check-in geo coordinates within 2 blocks. Then bonus, you got a custom photo, that's content, with a technical description, that's content. Now the page for hail damage roof repair, shingle tile, expands greatly with technical data that's been written, type of shingle, type of tile, type of stuff, whatever. And it's got photos. Google users might want to see that instead of just some basic page of content. Are you starting to see how the content grew properly? This is great content. This is what they want to see. And then they're going to see more reviews because the client got texted a review and or emailed a review straight from the Brand Review, brandrevu.com app. And now your tile roof repair page, replacement page, and Orlando has 50 check-ins with photos of jobs and captions. They love your page of content. The check-ins flowed through the website, back up to the GMB account, and validated your map because you told them you worked Orlando, but you were in a different town, or you're in Orlando. 1,000 people claim they work Orlando, have Orlando page, told them on GMB that they work Orlando. It's not enough anymore. Content, like you think about it, has died. You need that content, and then that tile roof page and those other 12 services that you provide, or 20 or 50 if you're in commercial, they're validated with better content. Validation of work done. I was here with my geo-coordinated check-in schema code. It's evidenced. I've got a unique photo, I've got great content, because somebody that knows what they're talking about in technical skill wrote this caption. It was only a sentence or two, but it was great. And the geo coordinate flows through. It works for the organic, it works for the mapping. It all, man, works together. Guys, we do great work here. I'd love to hear from you. That's how content's changed. And then other signaling too, reviews, direct traffic from Facebook. This stuff is all gonna move your site higher. Check-ins is the biggest thing for 2021 to move content. Love to hear from you. We'll see you next time.